Hi, this is Viktor Golumbevskii. In this video I'd like to tell you how music was made and works in Panelki game. Panelki, made by Alexander Gromyko, is a simulator of a janitor who single-handedly keeps order in an endless residential area with one goal: to earn a ticket from Game City. It was important for me to create music in tune with the game. To do this, I reduced the musical concept to three main ideas, intersecting with the ideas of the game. The target audience of the game is mainly residents of the countries of the former USSR, and creating music I did not need to introduce most of the player to anything or tell a new story. For example, for me, as a person who was born in the central part of Russia, game landscapes, building and ports were native in their own way. I decided that, like the game world, the soundtrack should be something familiar to every player living in the post-Soviet space, but at the same time be able to introduce the game world to a player who does not have such experience. In order for the soundtrack to be nostalgic, I invented the following method. Without listening again and without looking at the notes, I played and recorded famous Soviet melodies from memory. In this way, I received melodies that were processed by my brain, which remembers them only approximately. Then I wrote harmony or background ambient to melodies. Then I added conventional reverbs to emulate large spaces, and then I added tape recorder emulation. As a result, I managed to create compositions that sound somewhere far away and feel like something familiar. The world of Panelki is an endless monotonous city. The gameplay is a long measured exploration, repeating the same mechanics over and over again. In contrast, I was very careful about silence, and wanted the appearance of music to be a special event for the player. I also wanted to make sure that the tracks are always different and do not annoy the player for a long time. To implement what I want, I turned to the sound engine Wwise. In it, I made a system that made the soundtrack almost generative. Each track has several variations and sounds a little different each time. For example, in some compositions, either a lonely distant melody or a bright arrangement with many instruments can randomly play. In other track, background noise and ambient are always the same, and the melody can sound in different ways. I am most proud of the track with a generative canon. 4 different voices appear in a random place, each time creating a new amazing interweaving. As a result, in the appearance of the music in the game, the player can ask himself the question, what will happen this time? Despite the seeming depressiness of the world, it was important for me and for developer not to make the game just sad and depressing. In spite of the fact that the main character gets used to the endless city in the course of the game and being to appreciate it, nevertheless, his main goal is to fly away from here to the unknown there. where life, in his opinion, will become better. But will it get better? Each of us is the owner of our own life, and each of us is given a choice by life, one of the options of which is hope. To reflect the feeling of hope in music, I did not invent anything new, but turned it to the greatest reception of Johann Sebastian Bach.